Bestie, can I be so real with you for a second? There is a reason you've been feeling tired even when you technically did nothing. There's a reason you've been questioning yourself after certain conversations. There is a reason you've been feeling like your light is dimmer lately, and you can't even explain why. And it's not because you're too sensitive. It's not because you're dramatic. It's not because you're hard to love. It's because your spirit is noticing what your mind keeps trying to ignore. Because some people don't come into your life to walk through you. They come into your life to pull from you. Not always on purpose, but the energy exchange is still real. And I know the type. The friend where you're laughing in the moment, but the second you get in the car, you feel weird. Like you need silence. Like your chest is heavy. Like your soul is saying, please don't make me do that again. And the crazy part, you'll still try to justify it. You'll be like, they're going through a lot. Or maybe I'm just overthinking. Or they didn't mean it like that. But babe, your body doesn't lie. Your nervous system doesn't lie. And your spirit definitely doesn't lie. God did not design you to keep shrinking and dimming and explaining yourself just to be accepted. You're not on this earth to be everyone's emotional support angel while you secretly feel empty. And I'm not saying we're about to start hating people or cutting everyone off like we're in a movie. No, this is a healing conversation. Because you can love someone and still admit their energy is not safe for your glow. So if you've been feeling drained, overstimulated, anxious, or low-key sad after being around certain people, this video is your confirmation, not to be cold, not to be mean, but to finally protect what God placed inside you. Because your energy, your peace, your softness, that's sacred. And we're protecting it immediately. Okay, so let's start right here because this one is so simple, but it changes everything. If you feel exhausted after hanging out with them, that is your answer. And I don't just mean like, oh, I'm sleepy. I mean that deep kind of tired. The kind where you feel like you gave too much of yourself away. Like you get home and you're suddenly quiet. You don't even want to text anyone back. You need to lay down, you need to stare at the ceiling, and you're like, why do I feel like I ran an emotional marathon? That is not random. That is not just life. That's feedback. Your body is literally communicating with you. Your spirit is literally speaking. And some of us, me included, because I used to do this so bad, we ignore it because we want to be nice. But babe, being nice is not the same thing as being aligned. Sometimes you can be around someone who isn't even a bad person, but their presence pulls you out of your natural state. You leave feeling confused, you leave feeling small, you leave feeling like you need to prove yourself. And the thing about exhaustion, it's not always about doing too much physically. Sometimes it's about doing too much emotionally. Like you're sitting there listening to someone vent for the 15th time, and you're being supportive, and you're giving them advice, and you're pouring into them. But they're not pouring into you. They're not asking how your heart is doing. They're not noticing when you go quiet. They're not giving you softness back. And I want you to realize something. Your energy is currency, and you can't keep spending it in places that never refill you. You can love people without letting them drain you. You can be kind without being available to everyone. Because some people will really treat your presence like a free charging station. They show up low, they talk about everything wrong, they take your warmth, your reassurance, your attention, and you leave feeling like you lost a piece of yourself. That is not friendship. That's emotional extraction. And listen, I'm not saying you need to judge them harshly. We're not doing that. We're healing, remember? But you do need to be honest. How do you feel after you see them? Not during, after. Because in the moment, you might be laughing. You might be distracted. You might even be performing happiness because you don't want things to be awkward. But your body doesn't perform. Your body will tell you the truth the second you're alone again. And for some of us, that exhaustion is a sign that we were in a space where we couldn't fully relax, where we had to monitor ourselves, where we had to act normal, where we had to filter what we said, and that alone is exhausting. Okay, now let's talk about this one, because I know we all have met this person, and I want to be gentle because I'm not here to shame anyone. But babe, the friend who only talks about problems, that one is dangerous for your spirit, not because life is perfect and we're never supposed to struggle. No, we all go through things, and real friendship includes being there for each other. But I'm talking about the kind of friend where every single conversation feels like a storm. Like you say, hey girl, what's up? and they're immediately like, ugh, my life is falling apart. Everyone hates me. I don't know what I'm going to do. Nothing ever works out for me. This always happens to me. And you're sitting there trying to be supportive, but it's the same cycle, same story, same pain, same drama. And the wild part is they don't want solutions. They want a stage. They don't want healing. They want attention. And again, I'm not calling them evil. I'm not calling them a villain, but I am calling that pattern what it is. A vibration that will pull you down if you stay too close. Because energy is contagious. You can be the most positive, loving person ever. But if you're constantly sitting in someone else's darkness, it starts to cling to you. And you'll notice it like this. You start overthinking more. You start feeling anxious for no reason. You start complaining more. You start seeing the world as heavy. Not because you changed, but because you've been breathing in their emotional air. And babe, you were not created to carry what is not yours. You can be compassionate without becoming a container for someone else's pain. Some people are addicted to struggle, and I know that sounds intense, but listen. When someone is used to chaos, peace feels unfamiliar. So they recreate drama because it feels like home. They will find something wrong even when things are fine. They will turn every moment into a crisis. And if you're a sweet girl, a healing girl, a let's work it out girl, you will try to save them. You will think, if I just love them harder, they'll change. But love doesn't heal what someone refuses to face. And I learned this the hard way. I used to have this friend where every time we hung out, it felt like therapy. And I'm such a lover girl, so I didn't mind at first. I'm like, okay, yes, babe, tell me everything. But then it became constant. No matter what I was going through, it always circled back to them. And when I tried to share my own feelings, it would get brushed past, like anyway. And then back to their drama. And I realized something. That friendship wasn't mutual. It was emotional labor. And you know what hurt the most? I would leave those conversations feeling so heavy, but they would feel lighter because they emptied everything onto me. And I don't want that for you. Because you deserve friendships where the energy goes both ways. Where you're not the therapist, where you're not the fixer, where you're not the life coach. You're allowed to just be a girl, a soft girl, a human. If you made it to the end of this video, I just want you to know something. You're not crazy for feeling drained. You're not dramatic for needing space. You're not selfish for protecting your peace. You are simply becoming more aware of what your spirit has been trying to show you. And honestly, that's a blessing. Because when you start honoring your energy, your whole life gets softer. You stop forcing friendships. You stop shrinking to fit. You stop leaking your power in conversations that don't deserve it. And you start choosing people, spaces, and connections that feel like alignment. The right friendships won't leave you exhausted. The right friendships won't make you doubt yourself. The right friendships will feel like safety, laughter, and peace. And I just feel like this is your season of protected softness. Like God is literally teaching you how to choose yourself without guilt. So if this video spoke to you even a little bit, I want you to do 3 things, okay? Like this video so it reaches the girls who need it right now. Comment, I'm protecting my energy, if you're stepping into this new mindset with me, and subscribe because we're building a whole healing space over here where we glow gently, love deeply, and still protect our peace. And always remember, you don't have to prove your worth to be loved. You don't have to overextend to be chosen. You are already enough. Your energy is sacred, and we're protecting it immediately.